What's going on, family? Samuel Genus here with Predict Your Business, where I help entrepreneurs just like you wear less hats and grow their business in a more predictable way. I'm here at South Park Mall, and I wanted to shoot a video before I went in and have dinner with my wife at Maggiano's, either Maggiano's or Cheesecake Factory. Not sure which one we're going to go into, but I wanted to shoot like 2 videos, and I already did one. This is my next one. I want to talk to you about you might not be as good as you think. I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to be a realist. You might not be as good as you think. This is basically meant to be a wake-up call because I run into many small business owners who have a product, a service, and they're like, oh, my product or service is so great. And when I look at it, I'm like, no, it's not. But they think it is. They think it's the best thing since sliced bread. And there's reasons why they think that. One of the reasons why they think that is because they're not really paying attention to the market. They're not paying attention to their competitors. They're not paying attention to the features of their competitor's product. They're not doing a product comparison. They're really ignorant. And when I say ignorant, I don't mean stupid, I mean ignorant. The word ignorant simply means there's things they don't know. And because they don't know these things, they actually think, their product is better, and I'm like, and it's not, and it's important for us to have that realistic perspective, because you got people putting money into their business and their services, using their life savings. When I went into business, I took money out of my 401k. I took money out of my retirement package, and I don't want you to do that if your product and services is not where it needs to be. I don't want you spending money thinking something is going to work and it doesn't. I don't want you to spend all this money and use your life savings and all this stuff on a product or service that really isn't up to par, only for you to launch it and to put it out there in the marketplace just to get it shut down, just to have people talk about you and talk bad about you and talk how bad your product or service is. I want you to really kind of slow down and be like, hey, let me rethink this. You really need to have a product evaluation. You really need to examine your product. You need to make sure that your product is good, that your product is so good that people will switch from another product or service and use yours, or your product is so unique that there's nobody out here who's even offering it, who's solving the problems the way you're solving it. You need to be able to differentiate yourself from your competitors. You need to pay attention to that. You don't want to have pride in this thing, you definitely want to have pride in your products and your services, but you don't want to have that pride or that ego that gets in the way and prevents you from being successful. The pride that causes you to become arrogant. The pride that causes you not to pay attention to sound counsel. The pride that says, my product is good, it doesn't matter what anybody say, they just hating. No, sometimes they're not hating. Sometimes you just don't have a good product and you're too blind to recognize it, right? You're too emotionally attached that you can't look at your products and services objectively. And that's why it's really good to have, a product evaluation, really evaluate your product, answer a series of questions pertaining to the uniqueness of your products, the value proposition. You need to have a good value proposition, right? And many of you haven't done that. You're just assuming that your product's the best. You're assuming that it's just going to all work out. And to me, that's like wishing your way to success. You don't wish your way to success. You have to plan, you have to strategize, you have to really do your due diligence. You have to do your homework if you really want to become successful. So I'm not trying to bust your bubble. I just want to kind of tell you to pause. I'm not telling you to stop your business or anything. I'm just saying pause and really think this through. Take a couple of minutes, a couple of hours, think it through, evaluate your product, get honest feedback, right? And I don't mean from your mother or your close relatives, because a lot of times those people, they'll support whatever you do. They'll say it's great, even though it's not, you know what I mean? Because they're emotionally attached to you. So they're not going to be as objective as they possibly can. That's the reason why, you don't want to necessarily just depend only on the, you know, the critique of your relatives, you know, because they're emotionally attached to you, and because they're emotionally attached to you, they don't want to offend you, they don't want to hurt you. They think they're being supportive by giving you positive feedback, but sometimes constructive critical feedback is necessary, and it's actually better, right? That's what you want to do. You want to make sure you have, like, you give people that you're surrounded by people who's going to give you really good feedback, right? Really good feedback. That's going to help you actually become successful. They're not going to toot your horn. They're not going to stroke your ego. They're not going to just say things to make you happy. They want you to win, and so they're going to be honest with you, right? They're not going to insult you. They're just going to be honest, sometimes brutally honest, right? And you got to have tough skin to be able to handle that, all right? So that's all I want to say is, you know, some of you your product might not be that good. I just want you to pause and think it through, evaluate it. You know, you can go to our website and we have like a product evaluation, or we actually have a business startup checklist. You know, you'll find it in the link below here. I'm gonna put it in the link on this video, so you can look at that and really evaluate your product. Make sure that you have the right products to begin with, that you're not just wasting time and wasting money and wasting energy, that you're really putting 130% behind a product that's actually good. And if your product is not good, you got options. You can make it better, right? You can scrap it and come up with another product or service, you know what I mean? You can network with somebody who already has a good product or service, you know, and you could basically, you know, join them and help them take, you know, their ideas. I don't know what's happening. Okay, there we go. My focus was off. And help them take their idea to the next level, right? And you can get a piece of the pie. You may get 30% share in their business or 20% share in their business. I'm partnered with a company right now, and I only have 20% shares in their business, and that partnership brings me more money than jobs that I used to work for. So you can have a partnership of 7% in a business, and you might make $200,000 a month just off $200,000 a month or $200,000 a year just off that one partnership, not counting other projects and partnerships and other businesses that you're involved in, right? So I just want to share that with you. Don't be so emotionally attached that you're blinded to whether or not your product is good or not, okay? That's all I want to share. Remember, click on the link below to look at that checklist so you can make sure your product is good. It's like an evaluation. So click on that and fill it out, and I'm sure it'll help you. This is Samuel Genus. I'm going to get me something to eat now. This is Samuel Genus. I will see you in the next video. Take care.